Well, here I am talking about Spyro. Well, wouldn't be surprising since I'm the number one Spyro fan ever. Anyway, so here I am talking about what could happen for Spyro 4. Now, we all know the classic trilogy Spyro 1, Spyro 2, and Spyro Year of the Dragon. But after Insomniac lost the rights to the classic trilogy, Insomniac continued to do Ratchet and Clank, which is by far one of the greatest franchises of all time, better than Jak and Daxter. Don't at me in the comments why. But look, we all know Spyro is limited to what he can do. I mean, he doesn't have any hands, so he can't really do stuff. But what if Spyro 4 took a whole different turn and decided to be, well, what if we took the story of the Purple Dragons from Skylanders and put them in the new reboot of Spyro? Well, Reignited Trilogy-wise. Because ever since Spyro Reignited Trilogy came out, there really weren't that many things planned for Spyro except for the trilogy and being a guest in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, and hopefully makes his next appearance in Crash Team Rumble, hopefully. And yeah, there's not really much they could do for Spyro. I mean, there's limited things you can do. You can make him swim, make him shoot different elemental breaths. You could do anything, or make him turn human. Okay, you guys know my posts. I like Spyro the Turn Human because, well, let's face it, dragons turning into humans, it's just, I just think it's the coolest thing ever. But what if they did, though? What if they made Spyro have the ability to turn human, to blend in with human society? Like when, then the Skylanders went to Earth, turned into figures, which is kind of weird because I try not to bring back the Skylanders because, let's face it, the Skylanders was somewhat a commercial success in the Toys to Life genre. But in Spyro 4, there's not that many things you could do. I mean, turning him human would be cool. Make him, have the ability to use his horns, his dragon-like abilities, like shooting fire out of his hands or something like that. But what else could you do with Spyro? I mean, if I was the one who created Spyro, I would, not really created Spyro, but give the creative ideas. I would say, okay, guys, here's the thing. We're going to make Spyro turn human. And then they would just point at the door and tell me to get out, and I would just, give up. But yeah, there's not that many ideas I could think of for Spyro other than swim, use elemental breaths. I mean, elemental breaths are a thing for Spyro. I mean, they use that idea in the Legend of Spyro series where they have him use elements like earth, electricity, fire, earth, anything. But in Spyro 4, that could be a good idea. Using elemental keys or use elemental gates where you can use certain elemental breaths to open the gates or something like that, or make it called Spyro 4 the Elementals, which kind of think would be a good idea since Spyro has learned every element. Okay, sure, turn Spyro into the Avatar, making Spyro learn the elements of different powers, but fire is kind of like the only thing for Spyro since, he's a dragon. But not all dragons breathe fire. Some of them can breathe other different breaths, like lightning, maybe water, maybe poison, anything. I mean, Spyro is a dragon. There's tons of things you can do for a dragon. Make him swim, make him go underground, or anything. Give Spyro some sharp claws so he can dig through the ground and search for treasure or hidden gems or anything. I mean, sure, the Legend of Spyro series wasn't really that good, and it was, I mean, the Legend of Spyro Dawn of the Dragon was pretty fun for the Wii. I have it for the Wii, but it just didn't really interest me. Plus, I wasn't really big into Spyro when I first got the game, and ever since the Reignited Trilogy, I got into Spyro again and wanted to see what could be next for Spyro. I mean, there was a prototype name for Skylanders called Skylanders Spyro's Kingdom, or Spyro's Kingdom or whatever, which then was rebranded into Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. I mean, there's so many things you could do for Spyro. Cross with Crash Bandicoot, make him drive a car like in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. That could be another thing, like when Skylanders Superchargers came around. I mean, sure, the Skylanders can drive cars, but Spyro was really not really the main staple in Skylanders. Ever since the first Skylanders game, Spyro's Adventure, Spyro was the main staple in the Skylanders. But ever since they moved on to Giants, SWAT Force, Superchargers, etc., Spyro just drifted away. But, Spyro can come in many phases. He can be a Skylander, he can be a hero, he can be anything. I mean, I couldn't even imagine what Spyro 4 would look like. I mean, give him opposable thumbs, like make him, carry stuff. I mean, sure, he walks on all fours, but come on. I mean, sure, Spyro doesn't have any human hands like we do, but come on. At least give Spyro some creativity. Like, make him act more human. Think like a man. Think like a warrior. Make him use a sword. Or make him into a ninja. I mean, sure. I mean, that would be pretty cool. There's some things we don't really know about Spyro 4. I've heard people say that Spyro 4 is going to happen or may happen, but ever since, Activision was bought out by Microsoft, Spyro and Crash have been Xbox characters now. They're no longer the PlayStation mascots that we all known and loved, and we never got in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. But, all we can do is hope. Will Spyro 4 happen? Will Spyro 4 be confirmed? I mean, all we can do is hope for leaks to be confirmed or rumors and anything in the air that could make Spyro 4 happen. But maybe Spyro 4 could happen, Spyro 4 could or couldn't happen. That's all up to the creators. All we can do is hope.